Hi, I'm Glenn, the corporate chef at Brookshire Grocery Company, and today's recipe is bruschetta. Now, bruschetta is a fancy name for a really simple dish, and it's a simple way to impress your family and friends that's not much harder to do than opening up a bag of chips or a can of dip. It's a lot healthier and tastes way better. Now, one of the first things you'll do whenever you make your bruschetta is you're going to roast garlic. Now, we'll start off, you can do anywhere from a half a cup to a cup. The most important thing is when you're roasting garlic is to have enough olive oil to cover the actual garlic. Now, there's probably quite a few ways to actually roast garlic. You can do it whole in the oven. I know is a popular way to do it. I don't like doing that because it's kind of messy and you tend to have the garlic skin sometimes get mixed in. And this way I think is a lot cleaner and easier. So what you're going to do is add your garlic, once again enough to cover. And most importantly, whenever you're cooking garlic this way, is it's got to be really low heat and slow. So do not burn the garlic. I've got to repeat, you really don't want to burn it. Probably medium-low is what you're looking at on a temperature, and you cook it for, anywhere from, 30, 45 minutes to an hour. So now that you've got all your ingredients together, we're going to go ahead and assemble the bruschetta. Now, to get started, the traditional way to do it, of course, is going to be over a grill. You can get nice, pretty grill marks on it, but you don't need to do that if you don't have a grill, if you don't want to go outside in the heat. Really good way to do it is just simply to toast it. And by doing so, to do that, we're going to add a little oil to a medium hot pan, swirl it about, and then we're just simply going to toast the bread. Like I said, you don't need it super hot. You just want to add a little texture and flavor to it. And we're doing that in some of the olive oil that we use to roast the garlic in. So now that you've roasted your garlic, you want it to be kind of a nice golden brown. You'll strain it and put it in a food processor, and you'll get something that looks, not too dissimilar to this right here. And this is what we're going to spread on our toasted bread. So once that's done, we're going to go right into chopping our tomatoes, our next ingredients. Now, depending on what time of year, now we're of course getting into tomato season. The Romas, I think, are going to be the best tomatoes for this dish. But you can also use, if you're doing this in a season that is not, best for tomatoes, go with the cherry tomato. I think you can get those year-round and they taste great. But let's go ahead and dice up a tomato real quick. And this can be really rough too. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfectly diced. Depending on the ripeness of your tomato, you can do it however you like it. And there's a couple ways to dice also. Now, this is one way I like to do it, because you're not using a lot of times the inside of tomato. You can take them and you can sort of start with a knife on the outside of the tomato and just roll the tomato over. And you'll get a nice outer portion of tomato, and then from there you slice it into strips and then you dice. One of the reasons this looks so easy is my knife is really sharp. Cutting tomatoes is something that you really need a nicely sharp knife for. Add that to the bowl. And now we're going to what we call chiffonade in the professional chef world, which is basically shred some basil. Now, I kind of did this pretty quick. I'm going to slow it down and show it to you one more time. What you're going to want to do is stack up the leaves. Take your basil and stack it up and roll it. Fold it over on itself or roll it as tight as you like. And once again, using a very sharp knife, cut it into little shreds. And once you got the long strips, simply take it and just pass your knife through it once or twice. You don't really need to chop this up finely. No sense doing that. So once you got it reasonably chopped up, just add your basil to your tomatoes, a little salt, a little pepper. Stir it up. Now that we've got our tomatoes done and we've got our bread toasted, we're ready to go. Grab a few pieces, a plate. And what we'll do is take a little bit of your roasted garlic. Doesn't need a lot, stuff's pretty strong, but it's much mellower than of course the fresh garlic, so actually you can use as much as you like. From there, you can go ahead and place it on your plate. And this is just very simple, very casual. We're almost done. Now finally, and what we're going to do is we're going to shave some garlic, we're going to shave some Parmesan on top. And to do that, I like to take a potato peeler and a nice piece of good quality Parmesan or Grana. And just like a potato, we're just simply going to shave it on top. If you'd like to garnish with a little bit more pepper, that's great too. And there you go, tomato bruschetta. So bruschetta can be part of a traditional Italian meal, an appetizer spread, or a light soup and salad lunch. It really makes no difference. It's a great appetizer. You can find this recipe online or in the May issue of Celebrate Cooking. It's available at your local Brookshires.